Hello again, people. The next Smurf we have in the line, who is also the person we played on the 29, is umpick. This one is is not a Smurf. It's just a hyper professional Smurf. So what kind of elo this player really is, I don't know. There is one thing I did in the chat, wrongfully I call it, you're the same person trolling me over and over. It might be the case, it might not, because what happens is I tell you, uh, it's my belief that there are players who deliberately create profiles to stomp on specific players, just like to bully them, you know. I don't say it was the case for him. I was like tired and just sick of it. I was sick of his gameplay, so I just ranted about that. It could be the case or not. Uh, it's irrelevant. What you'll see is just used a very dirty trick. Something that is not something proper of 800 elo player. For your information, Umpick is a player who in current AO2 rank of the leaderboards in AO2 is 871 elo in one-on-ones, has 1656 wins and 1680 losses. That's almost the same number of losses, the wins and losses, in such a magnitude. 49.64% win rate, which for guys who don't like maths or for any normal people translates to 50%. So every two games he plays, he loses one and wins the other. That's a Smurf. And so you already can know what kind of player I was facing with. And it was Socotra, so it was even faster than I thought. Now, to just make you context of this thing, this elephant, will be the reason why everything starts to unravel. Now, any player in AO2, what you would do? Okay, you would get the sheep, then you would go eventually for the hunting ground if he finds. Look, he has actually a hunting ground much closer. Well, I have a hunting ground, but it's a bit farther. Then he would go for the elephants or the boars or whatever you call it. Each respective town center to each respective boar. Right? Wrong. You'll see exactly what will take place soon. Remember what I said. Each TC, each player, will go for its nearest respective elephant and only its nearest respective elephant. Take this in mind. You'll see what's going to take place. When I say you're the guy who's trolling me on, and you're the same person who's trolling me on the cello, uh, it might not be the case, okay? Uh, but I told you, I've seen players when I was like talking online in other chat rooms of AO2 players who said, I will make a profile to deliberately smurf on you, just to smurf on you, to stomp, like to for ego purposes, uh, some sort of player bullying, you know. So I say this candidly. There are players who deliberately make profiles to target specific players, like bullying, dirty scumbaggery. So that's why I said this too. In any case, I knew that this guy was smurfing. And he called me stupid, you know, when he said, oh, what's a smurf? I don't know what's a smurf. Everyone playing this game has the obligation to know what's a smurf. Unless you're a 2-year-old toddler that somehow knows how to play computer and Age of Empires since you're a 6-month baby or something like that, which would be even more strange. Look at this.
Да.
He stole my elephant. He stole my elephant. Don't you feel revolted? that the first thing you do in this map is stealing your opponent's 500 food? As an 800 elo player doing this? Of course, I've seen 1.2, 1.5k matches where you do this, but 800 elos doing this, something is definitely not right. It's not right. A player whose real elo was likely 2 or 3k has meant, why are you still stuck in 871 one-on-one elo with 1600 wins and 1600 losses almost spared? Doesn't make any sense. This kinds of profiles should not be allowed, and the players bearing these profiles should be banned. That's all I have to say. Okay, here he steals my, it's, yeah, he steals my elephant, yeah. So here I just rent him, okay? It's no point. There was no point, You're a Smurf denying me the fact. And he says sorry. You don't say sorry, you avoid being sorry. Your sorry doesn't mean anything. You're sorry that I caught you. You're sorry that you come out and I tell you what you did. You're only sorry because I make this public. The only thing that I did not write was thinking that you're the same person smurfing me over and over again. No, you're not the same person. You're just one more of the smurfs. That's the correction I make here. So whatever I write in the game, I'm entitled to correct it and to add further ados later on. That's what I did. That's what I am doing right now. Okay, smurfing, cheating. Then I just continued, preaching to the desert. Why? Why smurfing is cheating? So this guy knows perfectly well he's cheating. And I just say, okay, report it for Smurf account. Because a single player should be using a single account. I don't know what you mean. Calling me imbecile. So when I say you're the same person, no, he's just one more of the Smurfs that troll me in this cell. There are many Smurfs. They do it either for fun or for stomping, or just because they're bored, or because they're stupid people. So whatever. Next. I've already explained about he's not the same person. So don't come to me saying he's the same person. He's not. I was just writing it because there are other players who deliberately smurf in lower elo account, in lower elos, to purposely matchmake against people like me. Of course, they can get me as anyone else. But some actually have expressed online, yeah, I will make a Smurf profile just to matchmake with you. So I say, okay, it's pretty possible. In any case, that doesn't scare me. If from here I just decided to stop playing because once I realized that he stole my elephant, like you see, I was just doing farms and everything, but when I spend more time writing in chat, it's because I no longer have interest to play. It's like I felt robbed. It's like you're playing with an opponent that robs you your basic resources so that you cannot start. He's canceling you. He's canceling you. That's what he's doing it. And this should be a bannable thing. That's one of the reasons why I banned Sokotra. Goes to feudal age, immediately builds barracks and mining camps. So again, this is a sign of a Smurf. Feudal, barracks plus mining camp. A specific build order. And I think, what is this? Blacksmith. Just look at what he does as soon as he gets that blacksmith on. He's not wasting any time. Scale arm. There he goes for infantry. I go to feudal age, but I was no longer playing at this time. He was going to attack me, but I said no. And already tower dropping me. Sick, dirty game. Now, because this guy stole the elephant as a starting resource, I found him disgusting. So I know he was a Smurf just because of that. We'll replay the seconds he actually went for the elephant robbing. I mean, you can clearly see that this elephant is near my town center, not at all near him. Look just what he will do. Okay, here the scout war. Gets his veil. And look how quickly he does things. He runs with the scout. And he's able to hunt that elephant, even though with my veil and the scout on him. See? No comments. Trash bag. Disgusting piece of cheater. Reported. This is Smurf umpick, and if you want to comment about this sort of elephant stealing, and if you think that this is a legitimate technique by an 800 elo player who has more than 1600 wins in this solo and still is stuck on lower elos, just tell me, because this is not the play of someone in lower elos. So it's just someone rigging his elo. It's a player just using a lower elo profile to stomp on players, on honest players that are in these elos. You know, that's for this unpick player. Next.